All right, what's going on, Delaware County here? Brendan Burchardi, Ben Thorpe will be joining us in a couple minutes here. Let me just start pulling stuff up here. I'm going to share these out on social media. We got this going on. We got this going on Facebook. We got this going on YouTube, and we got this going on. I'm not going to call it X. We're going to call it Twitter. But let's get this thing rolling here. Hold on a sec. Ben's got a laptop from like 1974, so it takes him a little bit longer to get going here. We're very excited to get this going today. This all relies on all the teams streaming their games on Game Changer, which is the plan. So let's take a look and see if any of these have gotten going yet. I don't believe any of them have started, but we do have a stream has already gotten going here. Lower Merion and Garnet Valley will be playing. That game's interesting because both teams are already heading to the playoffs regardless, but the winner of this game could potentially get a bye in the first round, which in high school is huge with the amount of pitching that you need. I think all these games are scheduled for a 3:45 start, except for Pencrest and Radnor's 4:15. Real quick, run through some of the games. I'm going to share on my screen here the kind of the playoff picture that we're looking at. Start off in 6A here. We got I'm going to do the conference ones first. So the story of the day is that Haverford and Radnor are both sitting at 14-1 right now. If they have the same record at the end of today, they split the title. I think that's stupid, but unfortunately, I do not make the decisions. But with that being said, Haverford will be taking on Ridley on the road. Radnor will be hosting Pencrest. So that's going to be two of the biggest games of the day. We got Garnet Valley at 10-5, along with Lower Merion. So we go back here to the district rankings. In 6A, the top 8 teams make the playoffs. So you have from Haverford to Westchester, Henderson, the top 8 will get a first-round bye. So you have from 1 through 8 will get a bye. We got our Haverford guys. I think regardless of what happens today, they're going to end up with that number 1 seed and that first-round bye and every game at Haverford until the district championship. Right now at 10-11, we have Lower Merion and Garnet Valley. So this game here, the winner of that potentially could hop up into that top 8. Lower Merion blowing a 10-2 lead to Ridley last week really hurt their chances of getting that first-round bye. Scroll down a little bit lower here at Conestoga as we welcome in Ben Thorpe to the program. Ben, how you doing?
Fantastic. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you all good.
Sweet.
We're running through right now the district rankings and what the implications for today are. Of course, Haverford, I think every other team has 4 or more losses, so I think they're locked into 1 regardless of what happens today. But Lower Merion and Garnet Valley, that game could absolutely be winner gets a first-round bye. If they could sneak back up into the top 8, I think that's very possible. All right, let's see. Conestoga sitting down at 22. They'll take on Upper Darby today. They could be safe regardless, but a win I would say they should be safe. It's a matter of where. But as of right now, Stoga is lined up to play either Lower Merion or Garnet Valley. So that's a very, very interesting dynamic there. Moving on to 5A, Chichester and Radnor both going to get their first-round byes regardless of what happens today. Strathaven will take on Marple Newtown. That's a 6:30 start. That'll be the night game under the lights at Marple. In 4A, Interboro will likely have to take on a apparently 14-1 Springfield Montco team.
All right.
And Delco Christian today will take on Faith Christian in what could be a preview of the last year's district championship when they were both 1A. Now they're 2A.
When's the last time Faith Christian has lost a game?
Like a district, because I think they've lost some like non-conference games.
I would say like a game that counts towards this thing, like
That's
or not like the district.
Totally undefeated last year, but
yeah.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna pull up and see if any other game streams have begun yet. Let's see. Lower Merion and Garnet already started their stream. Still got 10 minutes until the action, so I wouldn't be surprised if nobody else is on yet. While we're here, we can take a look at the Catholic League. The Catholic League playoffs will get started on Wednesday. Cardinal O'Hara, after a tough second half, they'll be headed to take on St. Joe's Prep. Devon Prep will take on Newman Goretti. Weather doesn't look incredible for Wednesday, so I wouldn't be surprised if that game gets canceled. I like this way better. And then LaSalle, the 1 seed, they'll take on whoever the lowest remaining seed is after that first round. Conwell Egan and Archbishop Ryan, that's set for next Saturday, as is Bonner taking on Judge. And Archbishop Wood will take on whoever the best wild card team remaining is on Saturday as well. Bonner already no-hit Judge this year, so you got to think that as a 6 seed, they're probably pretty happy with the draw that they got there. Semifinals, I don't have it listed on here, but these games will be at Maple Zone at 4 o'clock next Wednesday. And the championship will be at, I believe, Widener at 11 o'clock. So, as Ben, we're not the biggest MSI field fans here, but they're going to be.
I wasn't sure if you heard the throwing up noise I made when you.
No, I wasn't sure if that was on purpose or not. But no, I will say that as much as I'm not the biggest fan of the MSI fields, I do think it's cool that they'll both be happening at the same time at the same place.
Yeah, that actually is really cool.
Until all the foul balls keep going and hitting each other.
Yeah,
during the
foul
game.
ball.
Yeah. So we also got the Pesa State tournament bracket is out. We got Malvern Prep has the 1 seed. The other buys will go to Shipley, Perkiomen School, and Episcopal. This is the same exact format as the 5A bracket in the PIAA. It's 12 teams, 4 get the bye. Top, we got Hill School taking on Penn Charter. A battle of the Germantowns. We got Germantown Academy taking on Germantown Friends. We could also potentially have a battle of the Friends. Friends Central takes on Haverford School here. Maybe a battle of the schools later between the Perkiomen School and the Haverford School.
Battle
we got
of schools.
Yeah, we got Springside Chestnut Hill Academy. Maybe they'll play Episcopal Academy. We got the academies, the schools, whatever. But yeah, I think Friends Central and Haverford School is kind of cool because they played on opening day. So one of these teams will start and end the season with that matchup. And Chestnut Hill will take on Westtown at the bottom of the bracket. But I believe, let's check this out here. So I know we have one game already going, one stream already going, which is Lower Merion and Garnet Valley. So for anyone just tuning in, I'm Brendan Ricciardi. I'm president of Delco Baseball Now. We got Vice President Ben Thorpe here. This is our rendition of NFL RedZone, DBN RedZone, maybe Blue Zone someday, Gold Zone. I think Gold Zone's the Olympics, right?
Oh yeah, it is.
I think that's
There's
what they
a lot
call
of
it.
zones.
Yeah, I think Blue Zone could work. Presented by no one, but maybe that could change next year. So we have this game pulled up right here, Garnet Valley and Lower Merion. This game, it's not guaranteed because the formula is so complicated that nobody really knows what any of it actually means. But I think that there's a good chance that whoever wins this game will get a first-round bye, and whoever loses, I would think, is still in hosting territory right now sitting at 10 and 11. So I'd like to think that they're probably in a good spot to do that. Let's check in and see if any other game streams are up and running yet. Most importantly, we need the Conestoga, Upper Darby, we need Radnor, Pencrest, and we need Haverford Ridley to have their streams. But most of the time, these schools do have those streams up. Radnor doesn't start until 4:15, which makes for an interesting little wrinkle in this whole thing that game just has a little bit of a delay. So the other ones will be going at the same time, but that one will not. Which I don't know how I feel. I kind of wish they were all going at the same time, but also,
yeah,
right.
I mean, you see that with some like the major sports tournament, like the World Cup does that with like the last games, like everyone starts at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's probably a little bit less or a little less of like scoreboard watching right now.
Yeah,
but
I do think it would be cool if the Haverford kids win and they all tune into this stream to like follow along.
Yeah,
and see, if
that would be
Radnor's
very cool. Yeah.
Last year we kind of had, I wouldn't call it anticlimactic, but Strathaven lost to Pencrest on the last day of the season, but then Garnet Valley lost to Ridley. So we were at the Strathaven game, and they were all like, pissed off because they lost. But then, it's like, yeah, congrats, we won the conference, but we just lost to our rival. So
yeah, because I was at the Ridley game, the Ridley Garnet.
You were. That's
right. I guess in a way, like a pretty good ending to everything, but like not in the way we thought because
Yeah,
that like
you were expecting both
Ridley,
teams to win,
yeah, but then like Ridley did get a walk-off win and make the playoffs because of it. So that was that was still a really cool. We still got a really cool moment out of that.
Yeah,
I don't think we're gonna get like a bubble team winning to get in today unless Marple has any chance at all.
Yeah, let's while we're waiting for more streams, Garnet Valley and Lower Merion look to be getting started soon. I'll pull back up the district rankings because I don't. It seems difficult, but at the same time, in that last playoff spot here, we go into
teams with 6 wins, is it not?
Yeah, so right here you can see Unionville is in the last spot here at 6-11, and Marple's right behind them at 5-10. But the way the formula, it's so confusing. Like I don't know, it feels like 54-42 is such a big gap that Marple, playing.
Well, you got to look at the rankings because it's 3.2 to 2.8.
Yeah. So how do the points?
Which still doesn't really help at all.
Exactly how the points work, but yeah, I would think, and they're playing Strathaven. I don't know if Luke D'Ancona is pitching today or not, but regardless, it feels like
who does Harry?
Let's see if we can, check out the power ranking system here. 5 points for each, and 1 times the winning percentage of the teams that you beat for each win times 10. Like who thinks of this stuff? And then the winning percentage of the other teams in your league times 5. Add all 3 numbers and divide by the scheduled number of league game. Like I don't know how they got to this point. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's just hilarious how I just imagine them. It's like the thing from It's Always Sunny where Charlie's got the board and he's just like a mad scientist. It's like, oh man. Okay, so we do have a stream up for Ridley and Haverford. It looks like Brian Heck getting ready to throw for Lower Merion. Let's pull up, see how this looks for Ridley's stream here. I think they're still trying to figure out the best way to set it up at the moment. It's too bad this game's not at Haverford because we could have tuned into the Haverford broadcast for their YouTube.
Oh my god, yeah, that would have been awesome.
Shout out the boys. Haverford's it's a tough field to stream at because they have the backdrop behind them.
That would have been some good promo for honestly an awesome broadcasting crew. It kind of sucks that we weren't able to do that.
But they're going to get a playoff game.
That's true too.
So, all right, Ben, I'm going to turn the volume on. Let me know if you can hear the volume of the game.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear it. Sorry, you turned it on just as someone was screaming.
Yeah. All right, it looks like we are underway for the first ever Delco Baseball Now Red Zone. Let's see if this. Here we go. We got the live scoreboard at the bottom here too.
One of these days we have to do it. You know how Red Zone does every scoring play?
That might be difficult.
Every run scored.
Every run scored would be tough. I mean, as long as every team gets their streams up and going, this is pretty much what we're going to do. We're going to try and follow along, bounce from game to game here as Cole Lombardo steps in for Garnet Valley against Brian Heck. The most important games that we'll be following are Haverford and Radnor, but this game absolutely matters as well. And I think both these coaches can be telling their players hey, if you win this game, you could be sitting on your couch for Monday, and resting up for a Wednesday game against someone that's number 2. Baseball more than every other sport, it obviously matters to be able to have especially when both teams have such good number 1s and number 2s.
This was our first ever game of the week too, wasn't it?
I don't think it was technically game of the week. I think we just went and covered the game.
Oh, I thought we did. Pencrest Radnor, and then this was no, you're right, because Strathaven.
No, I think our first ever game of the week was Strathaven and Marple.
You're right.
And then we went to Pencrest and Harridan at MSI.
Yeah, and then we did the Pencrest Radnor and did this before we started doing that.
Yep. Because that Pencrest Radnor game, that was one where Gavin Brown was yelling at the Radnor fans. It was hysterical.
Yeah. Oh man.
Hope he's doing well. Took a gap year this year. I hope to see him out on the college field this year.
Somewhere,
Yep. Cole Lombardo plays for Wayne in the summer.
Is he going to be playing at all?
I would guess probably more. He played a couple games last year. I think he's still uncommitted, so I'd probably guess that until he's committed, he'll play more travel. But I feel like that could be like a next summer. He plays a lot more when he's already committed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Waiting on Ridley to get their stream up here.
Let's go Raiders.
Radnor does not start till 4:15.
Is there anything I'll do on who's Haverford play today? Because I guess they're still alive.
They play Springfield.
All right.
Upper Darby usually has their I feel like a lot of these are probably senior day, so some of them might be taking a little bit longer to start. Looks like we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and we're still calling it Twitter. I'm not calling it X. Sorry. I was gonna do Instagram Live too, but for whatever reason, it always shows like this would be on the vertical screen, so I feel like it's pretty hard to see. Oh, perfect. We got Haverford has just gone live, so let's check that out here. Pull that stream up and then kind of just go back and forth.
Yeah.
Let's pull up some starting lineups here for these games going on. No disrespect to Garnet Valley and Lower Merion, but in terms of what's the most pressing matter, we're going to switch over to Haverford and Radnor. Haverford and Ridley. Get the sound going for. I believe that is Jake Mansfield pitching for Ridley. Let's check that 100%. And I don't know for a fact, but I can't tell you the last time either of these teams won the Central. I can't remember any in my time being around.
Yeah, no, because it was Conestoga won it a couple times when I was playing, and then Strathaven. It was like Strathaven won a bunch, then Stoga won a couple.
Yeah, I remember. So going back, last year was Haven, year before was Haven. Garnet Valley was 2022. Okay. Haven won in 21. Obviously, nothing in 2020. I don't recall 2019. 2018 had to be Marple. They barely lost.
Yeah, and then 17 was like when Springfield, Marple, and Harriton all tied. Right?
I think it was Springfield, Harriton, and
baseball got a different number than the lineup.
And
Garnet. I think it was Garnet. Yeah.
I always thought it was Marple because Marple won the
There's a button that says share this tab and that's how we're gonna switch.
Oh, look at that!
Wow. Okay, so once we get all of them up, we'll be set. This, in case you can't tell, this is the first for all of us here, but I think that has the potential to be very cool. Something that we certainly could bring back, whether it be for the regular season or whether it be for the playoffs. But it looks like we are underway here in Ridley, and I'll tell you what, these Ridley guys, they certainly have the mentality to want to play spoiler in this one.
Yeah. I mean, that is it's not going to be easy going for Haverford today, but I think they're so close to like having this done. I think they're gonna find a way.
We got a leadoff base hit up the middle here for Haverford to get the day going. Wearing the nice road red jerseys. That was Ryan Cassidy, who I think Haverford has their stats locked on Game Changer, but I think on Max Preps, they're public. He seems like he's well on his way. He's hitting .412 this year to being on the first team All Delco team for us this year. .412, OPS 1296. I would like to think only struck out 6 times in 64 plate appearances.
That'll play.
Yep. On the mound for Ridley here, we do have Jake Mansfield pitching. I'd imagine Gavin McClafferty for Haverford because Jimmy Boyle pitched on Wednesday. So I would think it's going to be McClafferty, who has been pretty much almost just as good, very similar numbers.
So it looks like our 2019 Central League champion was Marple.
That makes sense.
According to Max Preps.
We still got first and second over here for Garnet Valley. Like Harrison Mall's up here. I don't know if there's any way for me to to do both at the same time, but I will mess around with that and try and figure it out. Jimmy Boyle strikes out here for Haverford for the first out in the inning. I wish it's weird when you watch a game on Game Changer on your phone. The scoreboard has the player names, the outs, the bases, and everything.
Yeah,
When you watch
it's got everything.
it gives you nothing. All it does is the score.
Yeah,
Like our DBN scoreboard isn't anything crazy, but like at least it has the inning.
yeah. Kind of have an idea of what goes on.
Yeah.
I think
Shane
Game
Durkin
Changer is really strictly made for the phone, to be honest. Like that seems to be their main thing.
Yeah. Also got a couple of interesting games that we won't be showing as much just because of the stakes. Devon Prep and Malvern Prep are playing today. Sun Valley's already out, but it's their senior day versus Oxford. Springfield and Harriton. Theoretically, Harriton's still alive, I guess. I don't know how all that works. Bonner and Chichester, I had a conference game.
Okay, that's a fun one.
We got, like we said, Marple and Strathaven's under the lights. Strathaven's in already. Marple. It really just depends on how other games go, but they are still hypothetically in for the time being. Check out Garnet Valley here. It looks like Harrison Mall hits one over to first, and he is humming down the line. I think he dropped it.
Oh yeah,
Barnes will take a nice 1-0 lead here early.
There's a run of
the races around as soon as the Jags get off early. Shane Durkin hits one. That's going to be right over the shortstop to Bobby Doherty. It looks like that ball got away. We almost just had the same exact thing happen in both games. Nick Albany will step up for Haverford here.
Couple tough drops there.
Yeah. Let's see. Our guy John, Bonner John, has hopped in here in the chat. I know we'll show a little bit of Bonner if the spirit moves us, but we got some pressing matters. Bonner, we're taking on Judge in the first round of the Catholic League. The second round of the Catholic League playoffs after the bye. Now we got one Lower Marion. Don't believe Conestoga and Upper Darby have gotten started yet. That game is definitely important in terms of Conestoga. Throw it over third. We're not much of an angle at third base here, unfortunately.
We're gonna have to guess on that.
Yeah, I mean Conestoga. I would like to think if they win, they're guaranteed a spot. I don't know where it will be, but I'd like to think that they're in. Let's see, Ben. What do you think looks better, this or? I kind of like this way because it has our name in the ticker up there.
Yeah. I think we gotta keep the ticker.
Yeah.
For Stoga, they're definitely in with a win, and they're not necessarily out.
Correct.
With a loss, but they're not safe.
Correct. Yeah. There's a lot of teams over there that are around like 8-7, 7-8, 8-8, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure some of them play each other as well.
Like I say, Nick Alvanian heading to Penn State, future Penn State club baseball player. I think he could fit the mold.
It feels like a good fit. That feels like a real good fit there.
Ooh. Oh, we're gonna have to get that. We're gonna have to get that one fixed. We're gonna mound visit over and Lower Marion will peep in there for a second. It's 2-0 Garnet Valley now.
Yeah.
Update that ticker here. Let you know what happened there. Man, this camera's just taking a beating.
Yeah.
Foul balls from Nick Alvanian in this.
Someone's going to have to get behind there and readjust it.
We got a 3-0 Garnet Valley lead off of Brian Heck. We got Harrison Mall, Reese on an error. We saw that one. Kyle Klein with the 2-run base hit. There's a Kevin. Look that up. We put our head a little bit on this one here. That's a base hit from Nick Alvanian. Haverford gets with one. Are they going to get a second? Does not look like it, but Haverford jumps out. An early 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. Hopefully we're not watching this game sideways for too long. It's apparently they took a no. Yeah, it's 3-0 Garnet Valley in that game here. That is Kyle Klein. Good sophomore class here for Garnet Valley coming up.
Yeah, they're gonna have a good team the next few years.
Cam McCormick stepping in here for Haverford, trying to put another run on the board. Let's go, kid. I will say this, even with the odd angle, this is still better than having like the fence post right in the way.
Yeah, it beats that for sure.
Yeah. I didn't know what to wear today, so I just thought I'd represent everybody wearing the Carpenter Cup jersey.
I think that works.
I can't believe you're rocking the hoodie. It's like 80 degrees outside.
It's a t-shirt.
Oh God, I didn't see the art.
Yeah, kind of the ideal.
Oh, that one sounded pretty loud. Looks like that should at least get a second run home here for Haverford with Cam McCormick. Zach Fly putting 2 runs on the board here for the Fords here. Before Gavin McClafferty even has to throw a pitch. Let's update that too.
I don't believe that was a Zach Fly. I think that was dropped.
Oh. Because I took my eye off the ball there. Was it dropped or did it drop in?
I don't think you were the only one who took your eye off the ball.
Yeah, apparently not.
Yeah, it looks like it got down. I couldn't. It went out to center field. But Cam McCormick's on first, so
they're calling in there. So I think he just dropped it.
Oh, all right.
Well, Rocco Keller's the batter here. Haverford leads 2-0. We got we're heading to the bottom of the first at Garnet Valley and Lower Merion. That game is 3-0 Garnet Valley already, which we haven't seen Brian Heck let up 3 runs in a game very often, let alone the first inning. And I gotta say, I'm very impressed with that. Excuse me, with how Garnet Valley's looked with their best player Chris Schaller out for the year.
I mean, they always seem to turn it on towards the end of the year, man.
Yeah,
and we're seeing it again.
I have to double check, but I believe it should be Ryan McGee on the mound for Garnet Valley. He's usually been their Monday guy so far this year. Anyone just joining us here, Brendan Ricciardi alongside Ben Thorpe, our first ever Delco Baseball Now Red Zone. Shout out our teams for getting the game changers up and running. Hopefully we'll get this little tilt fixed after this as the pop-up into shallow left field. We'll retire the side for Ridley, but Haverford puts 2 on the board in the top of the first. Let's switch over to Garnet Valley and Lower Merion. It looks like it is, in fact, Ryan McGee starting on the mound for Garnet Valley here. I think we have a stream for Conestoga and Upper Darby up here soon here. I think that should be who's doing that? Is that Conestoga? We should have that one up momentarily. That game is definitely important, but not quite as important. We can tune in at some point. We got the Delco Christian and Faith Christian stream.
Oh yeah, that's got to go up there too. We got to put them on the ticker.
Yeah. That'll go up at some point for sure. Upper Darby has streamed almost every game so far this year, so I'd be shocked if they didn't at some point.
So some stuff going back to the. Some stuff going back to the 5A bracket. So looking at, I went and checked on Hatboro, Horsham, and Unionville, the 2 teams ahead of Marple and Harriton. Unionville is done. They only play Springfield. They play Springfield Delco tomorrow.
Okay, so they're ranking. Their points are done. Okay,
they're 6-11. They are stuck at 6-11. I have no idea how a Marple or Harriton win would affect that, but Unionville can't go anywhere. Hatboro or Horsham plays Avongrove.
I don't know if that's a conference game or not for them.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I'll check like Max Prep or something. It usually will show.
So 2 quick outs here for Ryan McGee. The Haverford stream has been another foul ball must have hit it, so we're going to see if Ridley has a good one going here to pop into. Not much better. Justin.
I don't know that Avongrove is a conference. Yeah, no, Avongrove is a non-conference game. So Hatboro Horsham, I believe, is done too.
We got a 1-2-3 inning here from Garnet Valley in the bottom of the first. Well, quicker. Let's head into the top.
That's exactly what you want after a 3-run first.
Yeah. We're gonna see. I mean, both of the Ridley and Haverford streams are not incredibly placed, but let's see what we can work with here. Well, I mean, this is what we got for Haverford.
Nice.
And then what we got for this is what we got for the Ridley one, which I guess is a little better.
Chain link fence is the start of the show. There's the star of the show.
Yeah.
Over here.
Looks like the boy John Tian's up though.
Oh, let's go.
Lebanon Valley commit. I'll have to stop over. My girlfriend Annie lives in Lebanon, and not too far from the college. So maybe next year we'll have to give him a look. I think it kind of looks like Boyle on the mound, but I can't tell.
What's the game changer say?
It is him.
So
I guess. So wait. So he pitched on Wednesday, and threw.
Yeah, you could.
He only threw 86 pitches.
Yeah. Well, I mean, either way, I think 86 is still above.
I just meant like in terms of like, do you want to bring him back that quickly?
Yeah.
But that's good that we. Yeah, I mean, dude, from this angle, that slider is disgusting.
Not fun.
I mean, from every angle, it's pretty disgusting. But
yeah.
Come on, John. Come on, John. Come on, 2-2.
Yeah, we'll put on this one for now. I'm going to tune in. I wonder if there's any chance that the Haverford guys are doing the rare, road broadcast, because they have a chance to win the conference.
It's worth a look. Certainly worth a look.
It's not a year or so at the moment. Yeah, don't. But that's, I mean, understandable. I think all the equipment, it's probably easier to do the home games, but.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do have a lot to move if they want to.
Checking in if Upper Darby or Conestoga has gotten into things yet. Oh, we do. We do have a stream here.
All right.
Switch over to that. Stack here.
Oh, look at this one. Oh, nope. Still behind the fence.
There we go. This is Conestoga and Upper Darby here. Looks like Luke Hunter. I can't tell. I think it's Luke Hunter on the mound for Conestoga. Conestoga looks to try and officially punch their ticket in to the postseason, where they will likely have a road game, I would think. Probably pretty close to the turn if they win this game, but not 100%. Now going live, we got Conestoga. We got Lower Marion and Garnet Valley. And for
another runaround for Garnet.
I'm being Ben, what do you think? For Haverford, whether do you like this one or this one? I think this is better.
That was actually kind of sick how you switched mid-play there.
Yeah.
I agree. I think I like this one better.
Yeah. I mean, you're pretty close to the action with this one.
Yeah. It's like we're watching a game right behind the fence.
Yeah. Ridley's got a runner on second here with, I want to say, we got David Chapansky tweeting some updates. Wish he could join us today. Having him try and broadcast both games at the same time would be pretty electric.
Yeah, get him. See if he can do the Sky Hansen. Just
remember, I think Kevin Harlan did that one time when they showed like a double box. He just started like announcing both games at the same time.
That would have been really cool for it to get him doing that.
I would imagine most people are probably watching on YouTube, but it seems like we have a good amount from Twitter as well.
How many we got so far?
115.
Wow. All right.
So this is pure cinema right here. Jimmy Boyle picks up out number 2 here in the bottom of the first.
See if Jake Mansfield can help himself out here.
I was wondering if Boyle was going to start this game just based on the pitch count because the rules always confuse me. I never know how many days of rest means. Like if you need 5 days of rest, does that mean you can pitch on the 5th day or the 6th day?
The 6th day.
Okay.
I believe. So I think I don't think 5 days of rest. I think it's 4. So it would have been.
I'm saying just in general.
Oh, yeah. No, it would be after. So for him, I think the max is 4 days of rest. So it would be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday is good to go.
I mean, the fact that he was so efficient in that game against Conestoga, I mean, he threw 7 innings with 15 Ks, but he only, he only let up one hit. He threw 86 pitches.
Yeah, it's 15 Ks and only 86 pitches is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Just means he's getting ahead early. Getting ahead and getting that done with early.
See if we can need to update this ticker at all here. Probably do it for the sake of innings. 1. All right, Garnet Valley and Lower Marion 3-0 heading into the bottom of the second. And Jimmy Boyle gets out of the jam here. We'll head to Garnet Valley and Lower Marion here. Haverford and Ridley will go to the top of the second with Haverford leading 2-1 or 2-0. Let's edit this here. We got John says he loves the ticker at the bottom. Thank you. I just found out I could do that about an hour ago. I texted Ben. I'm like, yo, we might have something pretty cool here. I think I'm gonna emphasize on this ticker here that Pencrest Radnor game starts at 4:15.
Yeah,
saying that it's in the top of the first.
Smart.
Not just another pretty face.
Yeah. Oh, so did you know that the Facebook comments come up on here? Because I actually saw that one.
I did that on purpose. If you go into comments, you can show. Like shout out our guy Dave.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
It looks like Upper Darby and Stoga already in the bottom of the second. Wow, maybe that game started a little earlier. They just didn't have the stream up.
Yeah, maybe
when we got it started. So that's bottom 2.
I'm
having the time of my life right now. I don't know about you.
This is awesome. This is a lot of fun, actually.
Like when I texted you, I said really the only almost took that one off the head. I think the biggest problem I'm having is forgetting to switch the audio from game to game. It was a little more windy at South Ardmore Park here. I got the double monitor set up. I actually had a funny situation where so I'm at my parents' house. If you couldn't tell the different background because. So I won't say the schools, but I was in one school that was supposed to get out at 2:30, right? Like that's when my day usually ends. Mm-hmm. But apparently the teacher who I was subbing for, they go from one building to another building, which they didn't tell me. Like I'm sitting in the teacher's lounge and they call me. They're like, Brendan, like, you're supposed to be at this building, right? I'm like, no. I didn't.
No, I didn't.
So, in my head, I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll go over. And then when I get there, I see the schedule. I'm like, oh, this school gets out at 3. So I'm like, I'm not going to make it back to Kachi in time because of the traffic on 76. Mm-hmm. Where I'm like, I'm in trouble here. So I text my parents. I'm like, I'm gonna come back if that's okay. I'm gonna pop up here. Ryan McGee been a great addition to the Garnet Valley pitching staff this year. When you saw him pitch against Springfield, seems like he just pounds his own, mixes up speeds, and guys have kind of been off balance.
It's not going to be, it's not going to be a fastball that blows you away, but it's a fastball that comes with a curveball he can throw for strikes, but I'm pretty sure a changeup-ish pitch that he can throw for strikes, and he just works quick, attacks the zone, like kind of everything you want out of a high school pitcher.
Ooh, that looks like it's going to be down the line. They're calling it foul.
No, he's saying no catch, I think.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
I saw that. I'm like, is he telling him it's not in fair territory?
Nah, it's a no catch. Well, yeah, Ryan McGee's. I mean, he's been awesome this year.
See if we can pull up Garnet Valley stats. I don't know. I think at some point in the offseason, I kind of want to just talk to all the coaches. Like, listen, like we're not giving your spray charts to other teams. Like we're not. All we just want to do is
free.
Have people be like informed on what's going on.
Yeah. I guess the issue is like if they I guess the
I
issue
get it. I understand.
yeah,
Time,
They probably keep it not public more so.
Yeah, like, all the stats, like if we really wanted to, we could go into every game and just put the box scores in like our own stats and count it up ourselves.
yeah.
That's why it's like, you're just making it a little bit harder to do so. Delco Christian jumps out to a 1-0 lead over Faith Christian.
Come on, boys. All right. Did they have a stream or they?
Yeah, they do.
All right.
That rotation a little bit here.
I think Harriton just got going.
Yep. Oh, looks like we got a bunt over here from Haverford. We got the out of first, but runner advanced second.
Nice little PFP there.
Yep.
Good all around baseball.
Game's in the top of the second here. Looks like Bobby Manier is the pitch runner here. Owen Fleischauer was hit by a pitch. That was my guy, Will Elias. One of his cousins, Ryan's one of my best friends. Hope he tunes in today. Actually, I'm going to send this. I'm going to send this link in the group chat with the boys right now.
Oh yeah, it's a smart call.
As the reigning fantasy football league champion for the first time in our 12-year history,
Yeah, of course. You gotta show it off a little bit.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna send the link. I'm gonna say, come watch me be Scott Hansen for high school baseball. Of course, since they're adults, they're probably working, but I don't know if everybody has the classic 9 to 5. Actually, some guys are in grad school. So
oh yeah, there you go.
All right. Look up here. We got looks like we're headed to the top of the third in Lower Merion, Garnet Valley. Still 3-0.
Oh, Ridley backstop is small, man.
Yeah, there's not much room. Ridley, of course, the home to a Delco League team now. I think that started officially last year when Tom Carey took over their job.
The
Newtown Black Sox are no more, and there's a Ridley Black Sox now. Field's deep, man. I've only ever seen one person homer at this field myself, which is Corey Woodcock.
Yeah, no, it's a shot to get it out pretty much anywhere here. I feel like Ridley High School is kind of like one of the classic Delco fields. So I feel like everyone's been there at some point. Outside of high school too. I used to play like a fall league there.
We definitely played fall league there. I forget what my team was called. Delco Dogs or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there's always stuff going on at Ridley.
Yeah. I believe we're back at the top of the order with Ryan Cassidy here for Haverford. And if so, we just smacked the base hit up the middle. Looks like Haverford's going to jump out to a 3-0 lead here. That was, in fact, Ryan Cassidy. That was single number 2 on the day. Haverford showing no signs of any pressure from the Central League playoff race here.
No, they're just getting out and getting going.
I'll tell you what, a 3-0 lead with Jimmy Boyle on the mound feels like 300.
Yeah.
We have a Haverford and Radnor stream up and going here. What's
Oh, it's about time. It is about time. Stolen base though.
See, this is what we're talking about here. Right behind the plate.
Look at that.
Austin Havertine on the bump for Radnor today. I'm just glad that both these guys, they're giving their best, right? And for our agenda, I think I would like them to tie because that gives us a better chance of getting our Central League playoff, right?
Of course.
Because at the end of the day, like, what do I care who wins, right? Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
Good content. Looks like I don't believe we have any sound from this Pencrest stream. I don't think that Radnor has their own stream up, at least that I can tell. Radnor in the beautiful home white jerseys with the maroon pinstripes. I'm going to add sound from one of the games because this is kind of annoying me. Actually, let's test out while we're waiting here. Let's go into Garnet Valley and Lower Merion. But according to our software, we have there's some music as well. I'll pop up here into shallow center field. Garnet Valley's looking to add on to their 3-0 lead. This song is called "Feeding the Ducks."
Feeding the ducks.
Does it sound like the ducks are being fed? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we need. I don't know what the best like RedZone music would be.
Yeah, I see where you're going with.
At least
I
we
feel
got.
like we need something a little more like,
I'm sure you could add some externally, but these are just the sample ones.
yeah.
This is a dance pop. Not feeling it.
I don't think
Not
it's
feeling
gonna work. More intense.
Looks like Harrison Mall up for Garnet Valley. You know, these guys have, I think, in my opinion, kind of gone under the radar more than any other team. You know, I feel like they started the season kind of just, you know, win a couple, lose a couple, whatever. Brady Thompson gets hurt, Chris Schaller gets hurt. Next thing you know, you're missing your probably, in my opinion, I think it's fair to say it could be the best 3-4 combo in any order in Delco, and then all of a sudden, you know, they started to heat up. I think Thompson is back. I would double check that. But yeah, it's just like the pitching has been a lot better than I think we really expected.
Yeah, that's picking up Ryan McGee's been huge for them.
Brady Thompson is back. He's DHing. See if we got any more updates from Haverford. Looks like this game is now 3-0.
Yeah, it was 3-0 on Cassidy's.
That's right. That's
terrible. Yeah.
Scott Hansen makes this look so easy.
Yeah. That's. I mean, he gets to do that for a reason. Yeah. Isn't he leaving though?
I don't think that's announced yet. Shane Durkin hits one. That looks like it's going to be up the middle for a base hit. Or Haverford's adding another. We got a 4-0 ball game here. I think for a little bit, we can kind of leave this one off the rotation for a little bit.
Yeah,
just for the time being.
They're looking like they're in pretty good. Yeah, they're looking like they're in pretty good condition.
Got an extra base hit for Upper Darby here. Looks like I'm guessing the Upper Darby players are banging on the fence because everything's shaking. This will be a huge upset if Upper Darby can. You imagine Upper Darby keeps Stoga out of the playoffs? Because maybe we jumped the gun when we thought that Upper Darby beating Ridley was like the keep the team out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
No?
I'm not going to say anything yet.
No.
We'll see.
Conestoga's playing the infield back here.
Good boy, Luke.
Go, Chris.
Ticker here for Haverford now up 4-0.
Go, Chris.
I think the most impressive part of Scott Hansen is the fact that he just doesn't go to the bathroom for all 7 hours.
Yeah, that's a man. I don't know. I don't know
if I'm pulling that off.
Yeah, that's a. And we only got to do this for like 2-3 hours anyway. And I don't feel confident in that.
All right, looks like a nice 1-2-3 inning here for Radnor. Get their day started. Back to Conestoga here. Luke Hunter certainly in the running for a breakout player of the year award winner for Conestoga so far this year. He's been really good on the mound, really good at the plate as well.
Yeah, I would say he might be the favorite at this point.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think who are some other candidates? I think Ryan McGee has a good argument to be in that.
Ryan McGee certainly has a good shot for that. Who else would be really good?
I'm trying to think of some guys. I think there was a stretch in the season for Strathaven that Jasper Halls looked like he was going to put his name in. He was pitching really well. Not that he stopped pitching well, but they just stopped needing him as much.
Yeah, he would probably be like a finalist, if I
Yeah.
would say.
All right, Jake.
Who else would be a good? Like Ryan McGee, like Luke Hunter.
Trying to think. Usually think like maybe like Jack Quinn for O'Hara's had a really good year.
Yeah, he had a really good year.
Well, let's see. So Upper Darby's got first and third with 2 outs here. Jake Frederick, the batter. He does not seem thrilled with the the call.
No, he wasn't too happy with that. Maybe a couple of the Episcopal guys could be considered.
I mean, Reggie King certainly has put himself in the mix. The way he's been swinging the bat, because I don't think he didn't really play too much last year. Because they had Tyler Beaulieu, they had Jack Herta. Like they didn't really need too much. I think he's a junior. We're not 100% positive about that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, looks like we had is that a failed pickoff attempt?
No, steal.
What is going on here?
So
right.
Come on, Nate.
I'll explain after. Oh.
Way too many throws in that rundown. We did get a run in though, right?
Yes. So it was so that guy just got tagged out, stole. Throw got into center field. Run came home. He kind of broke for third, had no shot, and then ended up in the rundown. So Upper Darby taking the lead here.
Let's go, boys. Come on.
That is in the top of the third. I guess technically we're on the bottom of the third now. All right, let's pop into Radnor. Maybe when we will not pop into Radnor. There we go. This one's been a little glitchy to start the game, so we'll wait for that to get settled in. Switch back to here. Yeah, that one has been a little sketchy. Let's do this one here. We'll go back to Garner Valley and Lower Merion. It looks like Lower Marion's got a little something going here.
Yeah, it looks as if.
We got a RBI double from Matt Hartstein. That brings you to the top of the order with Gus Wright. Ben, do you think Gus is going to be a Blue Sox like Sam?
There was a Gus added to the group chat. Just Gus, but I only know one. I know of one Gus that plays baseball in this area, and it's him. So
there you go. Especially when his brother was a Finals MVP last year as well.
Yeah, that's gonna help out. Oh, that'll get you some pull if you're looking for a Delco League team. I wonder if he's gonna do something. I don't know what his college plans are. I wonder if he's gonna do something similar to what his brother did and do like that grad year.
The prep year or whatever.
Yeah, the post grad.
Post grad. I'm sorry, that's what I was looking for. Devin Prep leading Malvern Prep 3-1.
All right.
I think it's weird that the pace of bracket is already out when they still haven't finished their conference games yet.
Really?
Yeah, like Episcopal still has to play on Tuesday against Penn Charter.
Huh.
I think it's a little odd, but
are all the standings just set?
I guess yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, the pace of bracket. There's a lot to say about that.
That's beyond our level of knowledge.
Yeah, we're just witnesses of that.
Two down here for Lower Merion. Looks like the Radnor stream is just kind of off. What happens like 8 streams at a time? Trying to switch between them.
Yeah, that is the issue of relying on some of these streams is that can happen over there. So Harriton doing what they can to keep themselves alive. They're beating Springfield 3-0 in the bottom of the first. Bases loaded, no outs still. So that's a disaster of a start in Springfield. But go for Harriton. They're going to ideally stay alive in this.
Oh, we got a triple by Zach Fine here for Radnor. See if we can get anytime I go over to the Radnor one, it's like, oh, that looks like it's good.
Yeah.
You know who else is going to be going to Penn State? That is Radnor's Masachowski.
Oh, all right.
He reminds me kind of a lot of this one's buffering. Looks like I think for this one I just don't go full strength because that's
maybe.
But yeah, Masachowski. So when I was a senior, we had a first baseman, Drew Kingsbury, who missed his whole junior year with an injury, and then just didn't get recruited like as a senior at Phoenixville, and he's a stud. So it feels like one of those ones where Matt didn't get recruited much, because of his injury, and now all of a sudden, he's going to go to Penn State as someone who everybody can look at and be like, why is this guy playing, club baseball?
Yeah. And still, it's going to be it's going to be a very fun, if he decides to do it, very fun college experience for him.
Yeah. Well, I know Rob Matei from Strathaven's also go to Penn State. He said he was going to try out for the team. So all three of those guys make it. That'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm doing my part to try and get this dynasty to continue.
Get as many guys as you can out there.
Yep. So we got 4-0 Haverford. We got a runner on second here for Ridley.
Faith Christian took the lead back on Delco Christian. 2 pass balls.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is such an intimate angle to watch a game from. I feel like we're literally sitting behind the plate.
Yeah, that would just kind of put up like a folding chair or something.
Yeah,
sitting back there.
On Chair Nation.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is a service thing from from the Radnor, field or whatever. But we'll keep
could be
our eye on that one.
Yeah, it might be a little bit. There's a few fields.
For this being the first time we're ever doing this, it's also a pretty good start as Radnor now leads 2-0 over. Radnor leads 2-0 over Pencrest. Radnor itself is not streaming the game. Pencrest is trying to.
Yeah, it's looking like.
There we go. I think we got some signs of life here.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we got a Daniel Kellis single has made it 2-0 Radnor here in the bottom of the first. So as of right now, both teams are doing a good job of taking care of business in the early going between Haverford and Radnor. It doesn't say it on the scoreboard here, but Radnor is leading 2-0 in this game. Still no outs here in the bottom of the first for Joe Krasowski. Pitching for Pencrest looks like Henry Murphy. It is Jeremy Schneider pitching for the Lions.
Yeah, it looks like we're and we lost it.
No, I did that on purpose. I was trying to get the volume. Maybe we did lose it. All right, we'll pop back into that one a little bit. Let's check out what we got going on. And we haven't done much of the Conestoga and Upper Darby game. It looks like we had a foul ball. He has no idea what's going on here.
I don't think anyone does right now.
There should be 1 minute from the bottom of the third, I believe.
No, I'm gonna still got walk-up music.
I don't recall them having walk-up music at the game. Because you weren't at that one.
Just bring the speaker out.
Whoever's on the mound here, we got a runner at bat here. So we got a steal third from James Priestley here.
Come on, Pat.
Zach Callahan, I'm assuming pitching for Upper Darby here. Looks like it. Got some zip on that fastball.
Yeah, it looks like he's done pretty well. Is he a junior or a senior?
He's a senior.
He's a senior.
Got a comment here. Yeah, you definitely should get the paid version of Game Changer. I don't honestly. I don't know if there's any way for me to show multiple games at once. I also don't think it would. Like, I feel like they'd be kind of small. You know.
Yeah, agreed.
First of all, I don't even think it is possible. Oh, we gotta watch.
Have like 2 tabs up on your.
Yeah, but like it's giving you the option to show a tab at a time.
Oh, I see.
So, like on my screen, it says like share this tab. Garnet Valley getting a little something going here, but we'll focus on this Cooper Everest at bat. Oh, Paintsy inside corner.
Wow. All right.
At Callahan making things real interesting here for Upper Darby. We'll head over to Garnet Valley and Lower Marion with the volume on that one as well. Garnet Valley looking to really break this thing open here. Joe Anzalone, I believe, is either being pinch run or courtesy run here. I'm not sure what position he is, so I'll double check that. This is definitely a pinch run because you can re-enter once. I think. Yeah, you can re-enter once.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, because when I was playing Springfield my senior year, I started the game at first. Then when I think I got a double and I got pinch run for later in the game, when Will Carey came out from pitching, like he went into first and I came out, and then they tried to re-enter me. Like I was down 0-2 to they got him in a rundown here. They got him. I was down 0-2 to Dave Strawley, and Francis comes out. He's like, hey, like he can't go back in, and he was right, and it saved me from getting the strikeout. Because that dude was throwing fast, Strawley. He didn't have much off speed, but he just threw hard, and I knew I was not catching it.
Yeah, he threw hard.
Like you knew what was coming.
He could.
You know, like I knew
he could chuck back in the ball, man.
Looks like we got Cole Hoffaker up, a 9-hitter for Garnet Valley's 1-for-1. Really deep Garnet Valley lineup.
Yeah, it always is. They stack themselves with hitters, man.
Looks like we're at the bottom of the third here with Haverford and Ridley. Looks like it's still a 4-0 Haverford lead. Checking on. Looks like we're in the top of the second in that Pencrest and Radnor game. So I guess they got out of that inning with only the runs allowed. A lot of games to scroll through here. Still 2-0 Radnor after that.
Oh,
that's the wrong button there. Let's get back to trying to get over to the Radnor game. So much going on. Do the best we can for this Radnor game. It looks like we're watching in pixels here.
Yeah, that's just going to be what it is, I think. We do our best, but we cannot control service at times.
Yeah. Not at games that we aren't even at. Harriton up 6-0 over Springfield. Ben, I don't think you want to write this game recap.
Jesus.
Not sure if
It's not what you want.
Nolan Carroll punches one over to second. Well, they got the one run on the. I think he dropped it. It got away. I think Garnett's about to take a 4-0 lead here. He's safe. Oh man! I don't know about that one.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, here. I want to hear this volume.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Stumbled in the hole. Stumbled in the hole.
I would have said a lot worse words than that's a bad call. Jeez, all right, well let's hop back into Haverford and Ridley here.
Ridley got a runner on second here. They've been getting runners for scoring position, just not really getting them in.
Update the score ticker here. Oh yeah, Haverford doesn't even have a stream up at all anymore, so we'll work with what we got here. Someone gets the point across.
Yeah, it'll work. Maybe the camera got a little banged up beyond usefulness.
Hey, for all we know, someday we could have enough cameras that we could stream all the games ourselves. You know.
There we go. That would be the ideal. That would be the ideal way to go. That might be a little bit expensive for now, though.
Got big goals.
Of course.
Let's check in on the situation here in this Haverford and Ridley game. Oh, that slider.
Jeez, that is devastating.
Logan Bub's the batter. It looked like John Tien's on second after a single and a steal of seconds. There's nobody out here.
Big approach, kid. Hey, Bob. Put it in play. Right side. Back. Hey, come on. Bring it back, son.
All right. Well, unlike Scott Hansen, we can't have the Octo box, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Which would be pretty fun. Let's see.
That would be
while we have it actually working here, let's check in on Radnor. Looks like Austin Havertine batting right now. I feel like. Oh, wait, we got something. We got to pop. I heard all the yelling. Let's mute this for a sec while we go in to this game here. I'm going to see if this is what we're tempting fate with, because when I make it big screen, is that when it starts to buffer? I don't know. But right now it looks all right. Austin Havertine batting. He's looked pretty good with the bat in his hands this year, to be honest. Like, I think that he had the big single in the game of the week when we were out there earlier in the year. Same with Ryan McWilliams. I didn't even know he swung a bat, and they combined. They drove in the 4 runs.
Oh, there it is. Oh no, wait. Yeah, no, they both swung it really well.
This stream's just going to troll us the whole time.
Yeah, I think we're.
To have to take what we can get here. All right, anytime that happens, we just pop right back over.
Over to a working stream.
Ryan McGee looks like he's off to a very hot start here. We're in the bottom of the 4th in that game. Haven't seen too many Lower Merion base runners. Delco Christian has reclaimed a 3-2 lead.
All right, boys.
Great Christian, so this seems like they're here to play today. Conestoga and Upper Darby, that is going to the bottom of the 4th. It's you got to think there's a little tension over there. Like if it's something where you're playing the team you should beat, in a game where winning you're in, losing, who knows, right? Like you're certainly not.
Yeah. Good question here. We got a lot of early, like pretty comfortable, short of Upper Darby being up. Garnet, Haverford, Radnor, all feel like they're kind of really strong starts. Yeah. To see if There's a little twist in any of those.
We're gonna get into chaos here, yeah. Not sure what's going on here in Haverford. Looks like we got either a mound visit or something going on.
I see like a trainer type thing.
See what's going on there.
I see a guy in t-shirt and shorts out there. Which
Yeah, let's check what the last play was on here.
One pieces are much better.
I think they're talking. All I heard was one pieces are much better. There was an error by Will Elias at second base for Haverford, so we got a 4-1 game now.
Oh, I wonder if something came up and got him in the face.
That's what I'm wondering, if maybe just
Probably because it seems like he stayed in.
Yeah.
I bet something got him and they had to go out and check him.
Yes. All right, not missing anything at Garnet Valley and Lower Merion. That one is headed to the top of the fifth. Still 3-0 Garnet. It's been a pretty fast-moving game over there for sure. I think after Garnet scored the 3 runs in the first inning, they really just everything's just kind of been moving along since then.
Yeah, they've been cruising.
Lombardo ready to lead off for Garnet Valley in that one. I'm hearing some people say Bob, so I'm thinking Bobby Doherty is probably up for Ridley right now. I believe so. We got another mound visit here going on. I'm not sure what's going on in this game. Bonner leads 4-0 over Chichester. Game that doesn't really mean much in terms of any playoff picture. Just good to get some reps in before both teams are headed to their respective playoffs.
Are they making what's going on here? They're making a change, or are they just?
I'm wondering if maybe Elias got hurt fielding the ground ball. All right, I am unfortunately, unlike Scott Hansen, I can't hold my bathroom trip for 8 hours. So while we're talking about this, I'm gonna slip off for a sec here.
All right, I'll handle this one. All right, well, looks like we're back going here. I can't change to anything, but so we're just gonna have to watch this one. I guess for now we can go around, find a couple other scores. Harriton, who's playing to stay alive, is up 7-0. Like we said before, Delco Christian, they're up 4-2 now. So far in that game, we have looks like Mateo DeBellis came home on an error and also brought home 2 with a double. So a big game for him so far. What else do we have? Radnor still up 2-0. They have runners on first and second, though, with 2 outs. Just running through scores right now.
Let's do it.
Find something.
This Pencrest and Radnor one's just going to be a headache the entire time.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I don't know, maybe it would be nice if, maybe like the less streams I have up towards the end, the better.
That could help. I don't know if it's on our end or it's probably more on their end.
I think
than
it's
our end.
Yeah, maybe I'll try pulling it up on my phone and see if that works.
Oh,
We got another run for Ridley here.
okay.
Got to update the ticker.
Yeah, that just look like stick the bat out, poke it through that little second base hole.
Hey man, when he's throwing that hard,
not much need to do.
No. All right. Well, we certainly we wanted more content, and Haverford and Radnor both blowing out the teams they play was never going to do that.
No, yeah, that was never going to give us what we needed.
Nope. Looks like we are headed to the top of the third in the Pencrest and Radnor game. Don't worry, anyone tuning in. We did not forget about it. Their stream has just been a buffer fest, so I'm not sure if that's on our end or on theirs. 3. Are you trying to pull it up on your phone?
No. I'm just going. I'm trying to pull up all the games that we're currently following up. Stoga tied it.
Oh, okay.
We go in.
We'll wait out the rest of this.
Stoga tied it. I think it's Chase.
Delco Chris up 4-2.
Yep.
Yeah, this thing's buffering on my phone too, so I don't think it's
Yeah, I think it's just.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that this is even not completely crashing means it surpassed my expectations.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling great about where we're at.
We've made it this far.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we've had some horrendous broadcast malfunctions, like our first game of the week.
Yeah.
So I think this is already doing well here. Got a mound visit in our Marion. Looks like Brian Heck stayed in.
4-0. Brady Thompson single.
There we go. I'm going to check out how the game got tied up in Upper Darby and Conestoga here. We had looks like we had a pass ball, an error, and an error. I don't know how we got that error. So we advanced a second on Chase Sheridan advanced a second on a pass ball, advanced a third on an error by third baseman. I'm guessing he maybe got a rundown or something.
Yeah, that's
maybe. I feel bad for whoever's doing that game recap for us tonight. Shout out to Connor Haney and Pat White from the Haverford School. They are now interns with us for the rest of the season. So welcome, boys. Connor is a left-handed reliever for Haverford School, and Pat White is the starting catcher. So happy to have two guys on who have played against a lot of these teams this year and will be able to help us. Obviously, I told them you'll just be covering the PIAA games, so you don't have to write about your own teams, but that would be kind of electric. If Pat's read the article, be like, I think Pat White's going to have a great playoff run for the Fords here.
He's going to be very important today.
Yeah, can't win without him. All right, let's check into Garnet Valley. We know now leads 4-0. Get that sound.
I got Brian Heck up to 80-something pitches already.
Wonder if Justin's available in relief, if they're going to have to go a different direction. Oh, that ball sounds like it's going to be down for another Garnet Valley run. I'll tell you what, man, these guys have been playing fantastic baseball lately. And there's a reason they moved up. They were fifth in our power ranking this most recently. They have really kind of just for most of the time just kind of been sitting in the 7-ish, 8, but they've really picked it up.
Yeah, they're starting they're really starting to get going now, and honestly can't think of a better time to do so.
We got a 4-0 Radnor lead over Pencrest.
All right.
Checking if we got anything from that. This for a sec, see if we can get any. Let's get back into. We got Conestoga here.
That's it, Pat. Lord.
Radnor had a Matt Tucholsky 2-1 triple.
All right.
4-0.
Way to go, Pat.
It's big for your potential Penn State club recruiting.
Shout out to the boys from Penn State Club Baseball. 4th straight World Series trip, looking to win their 3rd in a row. They will take on Michigan. Well, Penn State, Michigan, first round World Series action for the 2nd straight year. We played them last year. They beat them 5-1. That team's got a ton of Delco. Owen Mathis from Marple, Justin Brennan from Marple, Austin Marks and Pat Mannix from Radnor. Joe McGinnis is from Broomall. We went to St. Joe's Prep, so still claiming him. Drew LaMonica from Conestoga. We head back to Haverford here. Haverford leads 4-2 in the top of the 4th. Pencrest has gotten a run back on a Braden Davis single, so that's 4-1.
Okay. Give us a little bit of drama. I'm not rooting for one team over another in any of these.
Not care less who wins.
But
I will say, for my own
I would like some exciting stuff to happen out there.
I mean, for my own selfish agenda, I did pick Radnor to win the Central League, so I wouldn't hate if they won, but I don't care enough to, root
What is
against.
the, well, I guess if they tie, I guess that means you're correct.
Yeah, I absolutely.
Not like fully correct.
All right, this game here does not have sound, but for the time being, we have some movement here. Looks like Nash Grant is the batter. First and second, no outs for Pencrest. So they're
I thought we lost.
That one wasn't even a buffer.
No, it just completely up there. Now there's the buffer. Also, ignore the scoreboard. It's 4-1.
Yeah. I think the internet here at Radnor is just bad. And I don't think that was the reason why we couldn't get our stream going when we were there.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy because, like, you look around and you see all these, like, at Radnor's High School, I don't know how many people have been there, but you have, like, all these, like, looking right center. You have those, like, nice business buildings and stuff that probably require really good Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
Yet there's no service at the baseball field. That is
we'll have to have if she's there, we'll have to have Shelby call in. All right, well, this was so let's go back to Haverford Ridley.
I'd actually be like, if it gets down to it, just
that actually would be kind of electric. I'm gonna check our doc and see if she's at this game today.
That would actually be awesome.
I'm not sure if she's doing the game today. Jimmy Boyle up in this game here. See any updates? This is top 4. That one's bottom 4. See if we got anything going on in that Upper Norby and Stoga. Still 1-1 heading to the top of the 5th, man. That's getting stressful over there. That's definitely our most interesting game at the time being.
Yeah, that is a we got 2 outs on the top of the 5th already, too.
Yeah.
I think if you're Conestoga, you're probably just trying to get Pat Callahan out of the game at this point.
Jimmy Boyle just drilled right there. One of my doctors is also in that Penn building across the street from Radnor.
How's the Wi-Fi in that Penn building? Because
I hope it's good. I mean,
it's terrible.
I don't think it's my primary care. It's a different doctor that is in that building. But yeah, I remember the first time I went there, I pulled up. I'm like, oh, like Radnor's baseball field's right there. I haven't been here since we blew a 4-run lead in the bottom of the 7th in my senior year. But we don't have to talk about that.
Tough memories.
Yep. Shane Durkin batting here for Haverford. Top of the 4th in this one, 4-2, looking to get a little bit of protection because if you keep the Tribe in this game for too long, they're going to make you regret it.
Mm-hmm. Don't let them hang around.
Nope. I don't know if we have any. I don't really think we have like a chat type thing on Twitter. I don't know if that's possible. Dave's tweeting some updates though. Shout out, Dave.
I feel like there probably is some.
This would be even more electric if Dave was here.
Yeah, that would be cool.
What a great addition.
Taking that back and letting him handle it. Yeah. Oh, bases loaded, no outs in the Radnor Pencrest game.
We'll have it ready to switch off if it buffers again, but for right now, we'll let it run. Gonna mute the volume of the other game. See.
Then there we go.
Maybe that's what I get for leaving the tab.
Yeah.
Let's see. Feels so empty with no sound on this broadcast.
Yeah.
But, man, I'll tell you what, like, for anyone just tuning in, it is 4-1 Radnor in this game. We're thinking that the internet at Radnor is not doing great today, so even the game changer itself isn't updating. We'll have it ready to go. But if Pencrest can give us a little bit of something here. Looks like we got a mound visit. I don't know where that came from. I
think he walked – I think it was Nash Grant. He walked to load the bases.
Sure. We got a mount visit in Haverford too. All right.
Everyone's talking.
Upper Darby is in mid-inning. Garnet Valley's looking to add on.
6-0 over there now.
I'm gonna go back to Pencrest for the time being, just because while we have this stream up, we might as well enjoy it. For the time being.
Oh.
Harriton up 11-0 over Springfield.
Oh man. Yeah, I've been saying all year. It's like, oh, well, Springfield's played like really close games.
Not
And,
not this one.
yeah,
Base
not
loaded, no outs for. It looks like we have Landon Graham batting for Pencrest here. I've been very vocal in the past about how I don't love the charcoal gray jerseys. If you're not going to do the charcoal gray pants, overall, not a. What we got going on here? Looks like we got an extra base hit for Haverford. That'll be 1 run coming in. Second run coming is not going to come to play, but it's going to be 5-2 Haverford now. Go back over to Pencrest here. Do we think that one's going to be upstairs? No, he's still going to miss here. Right,
if I were a betting man.
Haverford, we got a 5-2 lead here. The thing that's frustrating with this one is it doesn't buffer long enough for you to want to leave the screen, but it buffers long enough for you to be annoyed.
Yeah. Just as soon as you like commit to staying on it, that's when it buffers. Oh, he swung through it. That was the so it was upstairs, but he
got a pitching change here for Ridley, so we'll keep the volume off on that one. Let's pop into Upper Darby and Conestoga here. I'll keep an eye on the Pencrest one. Comes back in. Here we go. I believe we have a new
stuff on the.
We have a new hitter here. That'll be Henry Murphy's now batting with 1 out. A little base hit here can make things interesting. Also, the fact that it's the top of the third and Haverteen's thrown 42 pitches.
All right. Yeah, working them a little bit here.
Yeah. Well, if there's any team that has the pitching depth to withhold something like this, it is the Raptors.
Yeah. Although I don't know how many pitches Daniel Kellis threw on Saturday, but he did.
I would doubt he's ready to go today, to be honest.
Yeah, I would think. I would think this is probably Haverteen and McWilliams. That they're going.
Pop back in here to Conestoga. I think what I'm going to do for at least the time being is I'm going to have whatever game's up on there, and I'll have the Pencrest one up on my other monitor. So if I see it's like something's going on, I can switch over.
That's the beauty of having the double monitor. I right now just have my laptop sitting on my legs in my bed, so that's.
Looks like we're headed to the bottom of the fifth here. Garner Valley now with a 6-0 lead here over Lower Merion. For a team like Lower Merion like a team like Garner Valley that has the ace in Ryan McGee, getting that bye would be massive for these guys. To be able to rest and then have him go. Yeah,
that would be huge, man. I think for either team, getting that bye would have been a big deal. Just they both have like the top end pitching that where that would really matter. It's going to be they're definitely going to need someone ahead of them to lose though, because aren't they? They're both not in the.
They're both 10 and 11, so I'm just wondering if they'd be able to get in. Let's see.
Uh-oh, what was that? Oh, I need to plug in my battery. Yeah, that'll happen.
Don't leave me.
No, we're good. We're good.
Well, let's get a little knock here. I will say it would be impressive if Haverteen can get out of this inning with 3 straight strikeouts here. Jeremy Schneider, the pitcher, trying to help himself out. I'll pop back in when it's ready. Here's Cam McCormick batting for Haverford over in that game with a 5-2 lead.
It is a shame that we didn't get to see Haverford and Radnor play another one.
Yeah, I mean that'll we'll push our Central League agenda soon enough. I'm just curious. I don't know who makes the decisions. Like, does the Central League have like a board president or something? I don't know how that.
I don't know exactly. I think they're like, at least for baseball, I think a lot of the coaches are involved. I don't really know.
Looks like based on this that Haverteen got out of the inning with just the 1 run. So Radnor holds on to a 4-1 lead going into that'll be the top of the bottom of the third there over in Radnor.
I feel like we have got a lot from people that like as much as like we would want the playoffs to happen, like it's probably never going to be
I wouldn't say never, but I just think that I don't know. Like I look at other conferences like the Pac, with like Spring Ford and Phoenixville and all of them. Cam McCormick drills that one up the middle, and that's going to be a big hit for Haverford. Going to make it at least 6-2. We're going to get second at 7-2 Haverford. We got a rundown over here that might end this inning, but Haverford adds 2 big runs on. And now they lead at 7-2 going into the bottom of the 4th in that one. Jimmy Boyle still on the mound, and I feel like Gavin McClafferty should be ready to go in relief as well. Let's take her back up here.
Sending Jimmy Boyle back out there.
See how many pitches is he at? Let's check it out here.
He's probably up there a little bit. This is
he's at 52 through 3 innings.
Yeah, that's up there a bit.
He should get some extra rest though, because their first game won't be till that Wednesday.
Oh yeah, so he's gonna have. I mean, he's gonna have you over a week off, right?
Yeah, over a week off.
Yeah.
Delco Christian, Faith Christian at 4-4.
All right. That might be something we have to throw into the mix at some point.
Let's see if that stream's still on.
Delco Christian's got a stream. Oh my God, it's 4-4 through 2. That's all right.
Wow, look how I'm going to switch to it for a second. Look how high the fence is in right at Faith Christian.
Oh,
monster!
Holy crap! They got the what's the clear monster?
Yeah, not funny. All right, looks like 7-2 Haverford. Let's go into Upper Darby and Stoga here. As Pioneers look to sneak into one of those last playoff spots.
Looks like they're talking something over.
Check out the situation here in that one.
Come on, Coop. Same thing, Cooper. You don't need a home run.
Looks like Conestoga now leads 2-1.
Okay.
The base hit by James Queasy to make it 2-1 Stoga. So I guess that just got updated on the scoreboard there. Update that on our ticker. I hate how I have to take the ticker off the screen to update it.
Yeah, take it down, edit it.
Looks like Cooper Evers up for Conestoga here. This game is in the bottom of the 5th. Lower Marion is on the board in their game. Going 6-1 now after a RBI double from Matt Hartzine. That's his second double of the day.
He's had a pretty decent day over there.
We got a base hit for Cooper Evers, make it 3-1.
That was about the worst possible. Sort of like a home run. That was about the worst possible thing that could happen.
Yep. Conestoga now leads 3-1. A win will likely send them to the District 1 6A playoffs for the first time, at least since we've started doing this.
Yeah.
I don't think they made it. I know they were 6-10 last year. Don't believe they made the playoffs the year before.
No, they were not. Maybe 22? No, wait. Yeah, maybe 22. I'm sure.
Haverford still leading 7-2. Radnor should still be up 4-1. The stream better get locked in when the Haverford game is over and we got just have that one going. Although that game is moving quickly, that game's in the top of the fourth, so it's really not that much further behind the Haverford one.
No, they've kind of. I mean, there's been a lot of runs scoring, a lot of traffic.
Come on, you can't do that.
A lot of traffic on the bases, though. I think.
Yeah, we had another run down here in this game.
That's his best.
All right, looks like Garnet Valley, we're headed to, should be the top of the sixth. So we'll switch back here to watch. I'll watch Luke Hunter play some baseball. Why not?
Don't mind that at all. Also, 2021 was the last time Stover got in.
I'm sorry, what year was that?
21. Like the 17 seed.
Looks like we're in the top of the fifth between Haverford and Ridley now. Haverford leading 7-2. For anyone just tuning in, doesn't know the stakes here, Haverford and Ridley are both tied at 14-1 in the Central League race. A win for both of them gets them a share of the title. A loss for both of them gets them a share of the title. And if someone wins and someone loses, that would mean that one team gets the outright title. Right now, Haverford leads Ridley 7-2. That game's at the top of the fifth. Radnor leads Pencrest 4-1 in the top of the fourth. So as of right now, if these results hold, we will be getting through we will be getting a tie in the Central League race. Now, even though Haverford did beat Radnor in the regular season, that's not how they do it. They just do it by, if you have the same record, you split the title. Ben and I both shared our thoughts on the matter. We both think it's lame, but nothing's going to change this year, at the very least.
Yeah. Nothing's probably going to change this year or probably coming years.
I think that I might just be so insufferable to people that will, be in charge that, another kickoff.
Again. Nope. Ball got away. Yeah, no.
I don't know if there's anything we can do besides just be insufferable.
That's a fair, yeah. Maybe eventually we'll break everyone down, but
I mean, I guess my biggest thing is I don't understand why we need 16 conference games. Because you go to the Catholic League, they're only playing 11. Not that maybe we should have more than that, but they play 11 and then 10 out of the 13 teams make the tournament. So there's pros and cons.
Yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons to everything.
I just don't think that this is the solution,
No, I agree. It's
Way to go, Dom.
even if you have something in place of a tie, where two teams can play a one-off game.
Right. Yeah. If they played, because think about this, every team that wins the Central League is going to get a bye in their respective tournament, most likely. Not 100%, but most likely. Just have them play Wednesday, and then their pitchers are ready for next Monday.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I guess the only question would be the buy into wanting to win a league title. I feel the more the focus, at least on Central League teams, is more on the district, at least the district, more so than the league. Where you look at the PCL and it's or the Interact, we want to win. I mean, the Interact doesn't have playoffs either. That's another conversation. But it's
but I do think having a game would kind of add incentive to that. We want to be. So
I agree.
We're heading to the bottom of the fourth in that Radnor Pencrest game. Anyone just tuning in, we're doing our best, but that stream has been very glitchy. It doesn't seem like the internet there is great, so we'll tune in when we can. We'll head over to Haverford and Ridley here. That one's in the top of the fifth in Ridley. Haverford looks to earn their share. Back in here. Remarkably consistent Haverford team, 17-1. Their only loss came on the number 3 pitch in that game, which in the playoffs, probably with a bye, you really won't need your number 3 starter to start too many games. Because in the way the format is, you get your ace Wednesday, You get your number 2 on Friday. Your ace comes back for Tuesday, and the championship would be the next Thursday. So theoretically, you'll need them to come out of the pen, but you won't necessarily need your number 3 starter to start a game.
Yeah.
If you get the bye, which they will have. Sam Sturman, the batter here, looks like he's pinch hitting for Owen Fleischman.
It's been a good year for Sturman, too.
Tony, we saw in the offseason a lot about him as a pitcher, but he hasn't thrown really at all. He's been
They've had
well.
so many pitchers that you just don't need to.
So looking like 4-4 in the Delco Christian Faith Christian game. We're at the top of it should be the top of the 6th between Conestoga and Upper Darby in that one. Does not look like Luke Hunter. Still 6-1 for Garner Valley and Lower Marion. It does not look like we have Luke Hunter still pitching for Conestoga.
No, he came out. It looks like someone else.
We have Max Brown on the mound for Stoga.
I think Garnet might be. Oh, yeah, Garnet's about to put this one away, I think. 7-1 now, infield single from Cole Lombardo.
We'll have to wait and see until Thursday. It looks like Garnet Valley is in first off position, but also in a potential position to get a first round bye. But it's first and third here, 7-1 now. No outs in the inning, so this one's a move. Hear the ice cream truck.
Yeah, no, someone's coming by.
Wasn't sure if that was outside my own window or in the game.
Nah, it's in the game. We've been over to South Ardmore Park where Lower Marion plays. It's not like one of those regular high school fields. It's off campus. It's in like the middle of the park. It's some playing surface. It's out of fence, but a little more likely to get an ice cream.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever played a game on this field. I think when I was in high school, we played Lower Marion at home. Some fields
we played in the home too.
I feel like that's the only Central League field. Oh, that's a base hit. I might do it for this one. I don't know if it was down. I couldn't tell if it caught or that was down. We got a 9-1 Garnet lead. I think we can, for the time being, take this one out of the rotation.
Yeah.
Especially because the circumstances aren't quite as important for this one. So we will head back to Haverford and Ridley here as Haverford looks to build up their lead. I see at least a runner on second. Brendan Soper now on the mound for Ridley in this one in relief of Jake Mansfield.
Got a couple decent outings this year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a walk to get back to the top of the lineup.
I think this is Ryan Cassidy, so that would be correct.
Yep, and we've got another mound meeting here.
All right, let's switch over to see if we can get any action from our Haverford and Radnor game over here.
What's going on there?
Let's check out the game changer.
Looks like still 4-1.
Yep. Still 4-1. This should be the bottom of the fourth in that game with 2 outs. All right, we'll head to the top of the fifth. That one didn't take long, but we actually got a play in, so that's nice.
I think that's the first actual play we've seen.
Yeah.
Quick. Looks like a quick Quick inning for Upper Darby's bats.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's update this. So now we've got to the point where Haverford's in the top of the fifth, and Radnor and Pencrest is also in the top of the fifth, despite Radnor starting a half hour later. So we knew it would catch up, right? Eventually.
Yeah. Somehow, some way.
This game should be in the bottom of the sixth between Stoga and Upper Darby now, I think. Wow, we've really been on the air for an hour 45. This has gone by quickly.
Yeah, these games are moving, man.
Yeah, we don't have time to think. I don't really think much to begin with, but
That's valid as well.
all right, yeah, bottom of the sixth here. Luke Hunter Luke Hunter came out at 67 pitches, which would make sense if you want to have him be at 100%, fresh and ready for next Monday. Max Brown seemed like he threw a pretty quick inning. Still will try and add on a couple more here. Faith Christian, we'll wait until Delco Christian's batting to pop in, but they have first and third here. Looks like Haverford's done hitting in their half of the fifth there, so we'll head to the bottom of the fifth in that one with Haverford still leading 7-2. Now, Ben, the real question is this something that we should do on a playoff game day? Because I feel like we kind of want to be at games, but also we have enough staff now that we might be able to pull off having people at the games,
Yeah, that.
I feel like it's hard though. So the first day, we'll think next Monday, right? Strathaven should be hosting a game, if not on the road. Then Garnet Valley, if they win, they might get a bye, but we'll say Lower Merion will be playing Monday. If Stogo hangs on, they'll be playing Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 right there. There's a chance those are the only 3. We'll say 4 games because I'm not sure Garnet will get it, but 3 or 4 games that could definitely work. And we'll see how.
I agree. That might be something they'll look at doing.
Yeah, looks like Jimmy Boyle back out once again for Haverford.
The only will there be the game changer streams?
See, that's what
because I know there's I think once you get into districts, isn't that when it starts?
No, that's states. States is when the PIAA steps in.
Oh, all right.
So all these games should be streamed on because that's what I did last year. Remember, you went to the Pencrest morning game, and I was like, no, I need to be at home, checking out everything basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a thought.
Figure out something to do here because my laptop
it seems like we got 204 people watching, so
I might have to go to a standing thing for a second here. My laptop is so hot.
Did it give you the alert?
No, I don't have anything. The fan started blowing really fast, and then my legs started burning because I don't really have anything to put it on. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
All right, let's pop back into Haverford here. Jimmy Boyle still carving. We got a little bit better of an angle here, I think. I think it'd be cool next year if we just did this every Monday.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Did it every Monday, and unless we had a game of the week,
Yeah, have RedZone once game of the week another day. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
Check in here. Looks like Delco Christian's up. It's 4-4 in that game. Stoga's got first and second. I'm going to tune into Pencrest and Radnor just because we have, for the time being, a stream. Austin Havertine threw 4 1/3. He's got 10 strikeouts, just 4 hits and 1 earned run so far.
That'll play. That'll certainly play.
Massachusetts got the 2-run triple. Zach Fine also has an RBI triple, and Teddy Monahan 2 for 3 in that game.
All right, I'm going to use the bathroom real quick.
Sounds good. As much as we would love to channel our full Scott Hansen, it is very difficult to not have to go to the bathroom. I don't know how he does it for 7 hours of commercial-free football. I think I read something about how he just doesn't drink water in the morning or anything like that. Switch back into Pencrest and Radnor or into Haverford and Ridley. That one's now in the top of the sixth. Looks like Haverford's only a couple outs away from at least clinching a share of the Central League title. Garnet Valley Lower Marion heading to the bottom of the sixth. Garnet Valley leads that one 9-1. Based on the formula, it's a bit tough to know for sure, but it looks like Garnet Valley could potentially creep back in to getting a first-round bye. But if not, they're going to be hosting a playoff game against one of the lower teams in the bracket. It'd be really nice to get that bye. The loss here, Lower Marion, based on the rankings, should still be hosting a game. I don't see them falling low enough. Like right now, the worst record of a team that is hosting a game is 10-8. Lower Marion with the loss will be 10-6. So I would be pretty surprised if Lower Marion is out of hosting a game entirely here with a loss to Garnet Valley. Although, as we saw in their game against Ridley, you can come back from 8 runs down. They allowed Ridley to score 11 in the top of the seventh here. Jimmy Boyle with just a ridiculous slider. He's got that thing on a leash.
Oh, okay. We just grabbed a chair.
There you go.
It'll work. I'll play.
All right. Updates, we got bottom 6 for Garnet, bottom 6 for Stoga and Upper Darby. It looks like Landon Jones is up. We'll pop into that real quick to see Jimmy Boyle with a strikeout, and Haverford now only 3 outs away from earning their share of the Central League title. That one heading to the top of the 7th. Haverford will look to add a couple more on. We'll switch over to Conestoga. Landon Jones, our player of the game from our game of the week with Conestoga and Lower Marion. Landon Jones looking to add on here. I believe it's now 4-1. Update that here. Saying, Ben, that I believe that even with a loss, Lower Marion should still be hosting a game because Downingtown East is the last. That's 8-8. Boyertown is 8-8 at the 16th seed, which means they'd host a game. So you have to think that Lower Marion at 10-6 is safe.
Yeah, they should be fine. 8-8 is going to be a host.
There's a lot of parity. You know, like the number 2 seed in the district is 12-4 right now.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess from there, it's a good year for it to have a team as good as Haverford at the top.
Yep.
If it's going to
be. Yeah, Radnor threw another scoreless inning here. That game is heading to the bottom of the 5th. Radnor leading Pencrest 4-1. Check in on the pitch count for Austin Havertine. There. Havertine has used 77 pitches, so definitely possible for him to get through the next 2 innings with 23 pitches. I think it's also possible that we see, I would guess, Ryan McWilliams come in relief.
Yeah, that might. They might want to get. I don't know if they want to try and get McWilliams any work or not.
I don't know if they play any more non-conference games. So picking on that because they know that they're not playing until next Wednesday.
Yeah,
regardless of what happens in their game. Radnor does not have any more games scheduled. So let's see. Okay. Does Haverford have any more games scheduled? Haverford has
a lot of non-conference.
Here's where I'm at. Like Haverford has a scrimmage against Downingtown East on Wednesday. Radnor has no games. Like, couldn't they just play each other?
Yeah,
they just schedule each other as a quote unquote like scrimmage.
Yeah, they very well could play each other and just like it.
It's like in the Little League tournaments when you can't be like media Little League, so you're like the Rose Tree Rebels.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Well, that ball smoked over. It looks like it somehow got through. Looks like Conestoga's about to ice this game with 2 runs here.
There it is.
I think whoever the shortstop was might have gotten screened because it looked like he just didn't see it.
I don't know what he would have gotten screened
by the base runner.
I think he was in front of the base runner.
Was he? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I think the infield was in.
I'm not sure what happened there. All right, let's get back to We'll switch over to Haverford here as they look to try and add on a couple for good measure. We'll see how many pitches Jimmy Boyle's at. Looks like Jim's batting right now. Boyle's at 75 pitches. I'm sorry, this game's in the top of the 6th, not the top of the 7th.
Okay, so got a little bit more work to do here. Oop, Delco Christian taking the lead over Faith Christian.
There we go. Pop into that right quick. Wow, we haven't done that.
Heck of a game, man.
I mean, it's a district championship rematch and also preview. Delco Christian wearing black here. That would be a huge, huge win for them.
Yeah.
Get the confidence going, especially because this game's on the road, too.
I don't know. This Faith Christian is like, there's a drive, man.
Where is it?
Dude, it's like up towards like Allentown. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
It's in Quakertown. So it's
Yeah, I mean, I guess Quakertown's District 1 for, public schools, so that makes sense.
yeah. It's still I don't even know. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, a little bit south of Allentown, a little west of Quakertown.
We actually have a rare Pencrest stream working, so I got to take advantage of that when I can.
Of course.
Matt Zachowski batting here. Despite what the scoreboard says, this game is 4-1 Radnor here in the bottom of the 5th.
Who's this pitching for Pencrest?
Tell you that in a sec here. Radnor sitting at 16-3 on the year. This is Henry Murphy pitching for Pencrest.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like he's chucking a little bit.
Jeremy Schneider through the first 2, Connor Finan through the next 2, and Henry Murphy up here. Daniel Kellis stepping in. This game is almost caught up to the Haverford game. That game's top 6. This game's bottom 5. Both teams leading. Not quite sure I would say comfortably at 4-1, but you feel all right where you're at.
With Havertine going, I think that's comfortable.
That just rewinded on us because now Kellis is stepping back in.
All right.
Sure. Tell you what, man, Kellis' future is obviously on the mound, but he can swing it too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a big dude. There's definitely some power in there.
Give it a nice reset. And apparently we're out of the inning.
All right.
It's true. It's hilarious.
Sure.
All right, well, I'm going to go back to Delco Christian, who leads 5-4 and has the bases juiced.
That feels good to me.
Oh, he might have got. Oh, that was close.
He's in.
This one's giving us trouble too.
Oh no.
We're back here for Nick Albanian, a mile in the air. There's 2 outs here in that one. Cam McCormick stepping in. Fords, man, great uniform set. Like I said, I'm still not the biggest fan of white hats overall, but in this uniform set, Fords looks great across.
Yeah, that's a nice one, man. Big swing from Cam McCormick.
Got 2 homers on the season, I believe. Get this updated here. Pencrest and Radnor should be going top 6, so they have officially caught up. Both games in the top of the 6th.
That's hilarious that Radnor started a half hour after this.
Yeah.
And they're completely caught up.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask one of their guys, like, why are you, so why do you guys start at 4:15?
Yeah, that's a good question. Do they always start at 4:15, or is this?
Yeah, every home game this year has been 4:15 for them. All right, Conestoga and Upper Darby. I believe that one is now 6-1 here. Looking into that. That's 7-1. So it looks like Stoga is going to be heading to the postseason in the first year for Anthony Greco. I don't see a way that they're in right now and they win a game and they drop out.
Yeah, especially with as many teams at
Yeah.
8-8 as there are. I mean, there's already many that you're like guaranteed a better record than. So I can't imagine that they're going to draw.
All right, Haverford 6 outs away from at least earning a share of the Central League title. Jimmy Boyle heading back out to the mound. He should have at least one inning. We'll see how many innings he has left for this Haverford team here. And I know he certainly wants to be on the mound to end it, but in terms of the pitch count, he's got 25 pitches to work with. So very, very, very doable, especially when you can finish an at bat that you started with.
Yeah.
I don't think we will be staying on for the Strathaven and Marple stream, but you can follow that one on Game Changer as well. If we knew for a fact that Marple would be in with a win, maybe.
Yeah, that would be a little more.
I have to eat at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was in college, I might have been able to pull it off too. But
just let it rip.
Yeah.
When does that game start?
I believe that's a 6:30 start.
Only 5:30 now.
Stoga still leads 6-1. Garner Valley leads 9-1. Check in on that Radnor team here. See if we got any life. Well, it is updated to the point where the scoreboard now says 4-1, so that's a good start.
Okay, that's a plus. That's a plus. We're getting there. Oh, looks like Faith Christian got out of that. Okay, it was bases loaded, 2 outs, and got a ground out. Okay.
I don't even know what audio the game is coming from right now, because while I have this Pencrest and Radnor one up, I'm going to, enjoy it while we have it.
For the 30 seconds, it's going to work.
I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot of people with MLB polos and radar guns at Radnor games next year.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you got 2 guys that as juniors are throwing in the 90s. So
yeah,
that right there.
There's gonna be a lot of eyes on that crew.
Looks like Radnor's out of this inning here. So now Radnor also 3 outs away. I think they passed them.
Yeah, Radnor's actually 3 outs. Haverford's still 6 outs away.
Yeah, I think they passed them.
Radnor's 3. Haverford might be less than 6 outs now because the bottom of the 6th started.
Let's find out. All right, good. It didn't mess up our angle too much.
No.
I mean, this is a shockingly quick game for Radnor. It's only been started an hour and 20 minutes into the bottom of the 6th. It's officially passed, which is hysterical.
So it's not technically past because this is in the bottom of the 6th. The bottom of the 6th has already started, so it's.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
But there's also 3 more outs that are going to have to be.
Yeah. Hate to be this guy. Why is Ridley bunting down 5? Unless it's just you're trying to get a base hit by surprise.
Well, I mean, if you're trying to do it by surprise, I don't think you're going to bunt square that early.
Yeah.
That beats me, man.
All right, let's see. Has anybody wrapped up their win yet? Looks like Garnet Valley is close to doing so. All right, looks like Ridley's putting up a little bit of a fight here. I mean, hey, they once they scored 11 runs in a top of the 9th or top of the 7th literally last week. So,
yeah.
Got a 7-3 game here. Why not add some chaos, right?
Chaos is good for content.
Yep. Check in, see if Garnet Valley. That game was in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. We'll give Ryan McGee some flowers real quick. I think that game might I don't know if
no, for sure.
it's done yet. That is the second episode one more. I'll switch back if anything what happens in the Haverford Radnor game. Let's let if Ryan McGee can complete this game off. He's got only 85 pitches thrown. I'll tell you what, man, 60 strikes.
That's his MO, man. Just attacking the zone. He's
right. The batter here. We have another stream issue.
Yeah. That's what we talk about break, but I guess while we're buffering, we talk about breakouts.
He's
definitely one of them.
Hey, top down! They make a play for him. Get down now, boys!
Oh God.
What's up?
Catholic's baseball account retweeted the thing that you had.
I didn't notice that.
Uh-oh.
Come down.
That's kind of hilarious. We got 238 people in on Twitter. Yep, 238 people on Twitter.
Those are the bots.
No, for the bots.
I don't know. It could be.
Are there that many bots?
All right, really, looks like they got a little something going here. I think we got definitely a runner on first.
That's not a game changer.
Let's go now. Come on now, attack. Let's go, right?
Here, the ice cream truck again.
I don't think the ice cream truck is left.
So that should do it. Garnet Valley, we already knew they were going dancing. We already knew they had a home game, but there's a very real chance if they get a first-round bye, they take care of business 9-1 over Lower Marion. Ryan McGee with a nice complete game effort, really dominant performance for the Jags. We can exit out of that game and head into the double box. I'll get Haverford back up on here.
This is a way worse double box than when it's like 2 football games.
Yeah.
Just
Nobody wants to see that.
idiots or
Well, let's get the sound back on.
like 7-4 Ridley now.
What would just have happened?
A single from Barry McGuire.
As well. All right, so now both of these games are 3-run games.
All right.
And they're both in the bottom of the 6th. Radnor's got first and Radnor. No, I had to really one up. Check it out. Radnor over here. It looks like they have a runner on second.
I'm gonna grab some water. Be right back.
Very interesting situation here for Ridley. They got first and second with how many outs we got here? Pull that up real quick. They got first and second, but now the tying run is at the plate. One down here. Shane Rents, the batter. Palmer on first and Calamita on first and Palmer on second for Ridley. Sounded like Ben. Did you ever watch Game of Thrones at all?
I've seen a couple episodes, but I did not continue watching it.
It sounded like there's basically one scene where one of the characters is being punished and has to walk across the town while everybody throwing stuff at them saying shame.
Yeah.
And it sounded like with batting right now is Shane Rentz. It
Yeah.
sounded like they were doing that where they all just went, Shane. To me, that's what it sounded like they were trying to do.
That's awesome.
But just the way they were chanting it, I'm like, there's no way that's not like a coincidence. That's hilarious. Shane. Well, we got a very interesting situation here in this one. First and second, one out, the tying run at the plate for Ridley.
That's I mean, it's kind of what we were looking for a little chaos here. Definitely.
So I'm gonna keep the Radnor stream up on my other monitor just in case we get any action there.
Just in case it stops buffering.
Yeah. That was the most excuse me stream of all time.
There we go.
That'd have been a he's laughing. He's laughing about it.
That's how you fight one off, man.
I'll tell you what, it's funny unless it's funny if you don't miss.
Yeah. I hear what you're talking about with this Shane.
Yeah. I don't think it's a coincidence. So
No, I doubt it. That felt like it was going to happen.
looks like Radnor is going to be scoreless in the bottom of the sixth. So now we're heading to the top of the seventh. Somehow Radnor might finish this thing off first.
Yeah, well, they're now officially ahead. So
They are now officially ahead in the top of the seventh. Austin Havertine going back out.
That is such a good slider, man.
The thing is, I don't even think he has a third pitch that he uses very often, if at all. The slider is just
I don't think so either. I mean, that's with the two he has, he's going to be able to dominate at this level.
Yeah.
You know, at some point, if you're going to be a starter, probably serve you well to learn some kind of other pitch. It can kind of be whatever, but like.
All right. Austin Havertine has 12 pitches to work with. So if he can get the first two outs within 11, then he can finish it off. He's got 14 strikeouts.
What was our highest this year? 16?
It was 16 by Havertine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Got a chance to break it here.
Tell you what, man, 17 strikeouts to win a conference title would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
4 hits, 1 earned run, as always, only 1 walk. Oh, right back to Boyle. Fires a second for 1. That'll do it for the end of the inning. All right, we'll switch over to Pencrest and Radnor here, but Haverford and Ridley at 7-4 going into the top of the 7th here. Now, the difference is if Radnor can win it right now, Haverford has to wait until after they hit in the top of the inning. I'm sure they would like a couple of extra insurance runs.
Yeah, especially after Ridley got a couple. I don't know what Boyle's pitch count's looking like right now, but
let's check it out.
A couple of insurance runs never hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And Buffer.
That would be 95 pitches for Boyle, so he's not going to be the one to close it out.
Yeah. I wonder, do you think they're going to send him back out there and just let him go, or do you think they'll just give someone a clean inning?
I would personally let him just throw until he can't throw anymore, but it looks like a leadoff single for Pencrest here.
Seems as such.
I think at this point we just have to get Radnor their love and just go through the buffering.
Yeah.
That's all we really can do.
See if we can catch that. Like,
I mean, if it's more, give it another 5 seconds here. See?
Yeah.
It's never ridiculously long. It's just long enough to piss you off.
Yeah. It just kind of does that, and then it'll cut out a little bit.
Looks like we got final here. Conestoga 7 and Upper Darby 1. So Conestoga, I'd find it very hard to believe that they don't make the playoffs after this.
No, I think they're in.
They're in a spot before. I find it really hard to believe that they'd fall out of a spot.
Yeah.
So
they feel almost certainly in.
Don't think that they'll go high enough to host, but you know what? Downingtown East is 8-8. Souderton's 8-8, and they're hosting. So I would like to think Stoga ends somewhere around that 19-22, and I think there's a very real chance that Stoga plays Lower Merion or Garnet in the first round.
Yeah, agreed. They're both going to kind of be in that same orbit of like teams that are going to be matched up against each other. So
now, for the sake of chaos, I kind of want them to play each other, but also I want our teams to go as far as possible.
That would be. It's kind of a double-edged sword.
It's a lose-lose, but also a win-win.
Yeah.
All right, looks like Havertine picks up a strikeout there for out number 1 in the inning. Radnor 2 outs away from getting their share, at least, of the Central League title. Runner on first. Foul ball is from Lucas Punzo. Havertine sitting at 96 pitches right now, so we better make this one quick. A 15 strikeout performance. That is his second of the year. He had 16 against Conestoga, not last Monday, but 2 weeks ago today. Ben, what do you think? You think there's a chance that he ends up going somewhere higher than Lehigh? We saw Van Wilner commit to Lehigh and then end up going to East Carolina. So I think it's very possible.
I don't think it's impossible. I think it's really hard to like
switch over wild buffers here.
Yeah, I think it's hard to tell now, just with like how much the landscape of especially Division I baseball has changed. It's hard to know. Like it might be who knows? It might be a thing of like go to Lehigh and play right away. I see nothing. I see nothing about like Havertine that would say he like wouldn't immediately be getting a lot of innings.
It looks like Havertine's day is going to be done here, so we'll switch back to Haverford. I mean, just a brilliant performance. He went 6 2/3. It says, according to this, he's only at 98, but I wonder if either A, they just want to, lock it down, or B, maybe Pencrest someone didn't have the exact pitch count right.
Yeah, it could be that. I mean, depending on who's doing the game changer, sometimes it's just like a kid on the team.
A couple pitches off.
Yeah.
You don't want to risk it and forfeit,
You're talking to your boy about something, and the next thing you know, you're in a scenario.
I'm going to guess potentially Ryan McWilliams. Also, I don't think this is the case, but there is also the chance that they want a senior to get the final out. Don't think that's the case, but it's not the worst mentality if that is the case.
Yeah, I guess McWilliams would be the only. I think he's the only senior pitcher, right?
Yep. But I don't think you do that in a 3-run game. So I'm guessing that he just wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm not getting anything at all in this. I'm just getting the wheel of death right now.
Oh, I'm seeing the.
No, I'm saying on the Pencrest game.
Oh, I got you.
My other tab.
Uh-oh. We might have it inside the park home run. Oh, nope. Triple. We got a triple here from Haverford.
Second. Oh, all right. I think this is McWilliams. All I need to see is one pitch because he has interesting mechanics. Yeah, that's him. Stay on here as Ryan McWilliams looks to get the final out for at least a share of the Central League title for Radnor.
That would be absolutely huge for them. We talked about I don't know. We talked about before. I have no idea the last time either of these teams won a Central League.
No.
And Radnor, I don't know. I feel like Haverford probably has to have won one at some point. They're a big school. They've been around so long.
I'd guess so. Yeah.
I'm not fully confident that Radnor's ever won one.
I guess the question is when they joined the Central League, because I don't know.
Were they a new? I have no idea really the history of the Central League, to be honest, short of when I've been alive.
Yeah.
So I honestly wouldn't know.
All right, Ryan McWilliams looking to get the final out here for Radnor to go 15-1 in the Central League. Their lone loss came to Haverford back in our game of the week a couple weeks ago. It was a lot colder back then. I'll tell you what. Austin Havertine, fantastic 15 strikeout performance in this game here. McWilliams coming in. He'll be facing Harry Giles right now. That one's grounded over to second base. They're going to get the out of first, and there you have it. Radnor is at least getting half of the Central League title. Congratulations to the Raptors. You know what? For as bad as this stream was all day with the buffering, it came through at the end. Congratulations to Radnor. People forget that I did choose them to win the Central League, so congratulations to me. But with that being said, Radnor will be either getting the 1 or the 2 seed in the District 1 5A bracket, where they'll be taking on someone to be named, of course. Now we have the running of, I think, what are their names? Is it Jacob? I think is one of the managers for Radnor.
Yes, yeah.
Is Pencrest wearing black hats?
It looks like it.
They are, yeah. All right, well, we'll get you over here to Haverford here. That is our last game of the schedule. I can't believe that they finished before. That's funny.
Crazy.
Well, now we might have our Radnor guys tuning in after this to check in.
That'd be a quick tune. I mean, I guess if they want to wait to get down, probably work on the field and everything.
Yeah. Well, we're here in the top of the 7th here at Ridley. All I ask, like I said, I don't really care if Haverford wins or if they don't win. All I care is that Ridley just puts a little pressure on.
Yeah.
Bottom of the 7th.
Make it a little bit interesting.
Yep. All right, well, that's where we're headed now. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th here. Jimmy Boyle does not have too many pitches to work with. But you know what? The tying run is going to be, if they get a couple runners on, it's going to be very interesting. Should we add Instagram Live for the end of it?
I feel like we've got it working right now. I'm so afraid of buffering and.
This looks like Gavin McClafferty coming in for the last inning here for Haverford. Yeah. So great 6 innings from Jimmy Boyle. I would argue that at least this season, Boyle and Havertine have been the 2 best pitchers in the Central League, maybe all of Delco, and they both showed up with it showed up in the big moments here.
Mm-hmm.
Combined for how many strikeouts? We had 15 for Havertine. We had only 13 for Jimmy Boyle. 28 combined strikeouts. That'll do.
Yeah, so I went back on the max preps. As far as that goes back, Radnor has not won anything. Wow. I didn't see for Haverford, but I don't think they really have either. So this is definitely a pretty for both schools if they were to pull this out. Pretty historic.
I could text Bogo and ask when the last Haverford Central League title was.
That's a good call, actually.
Actually, no, I don't want to text him. I don't want to jinx it right now for him.
Yeah. That's a good.
Text him after.
Even better call.
See if we got any other score updates from games that we haven't talked about too much today. Harrington up 13-0 over Springfield. We don't need to talk about that. Malvern Prep won 9-3 over Devon Prep. Sun Valley clawing back against Oxford. They were down 6-0. That game is now 6-5.
Okay. Yeah, we can probably. Is there a stream for that?
I don't believe so. Delco Christian still up 5-4. That game's still in the 5th inning. Game started a little late, I guess. Bonner. Good for Chichester hanging in. That game's only 4-2. That's a final score. Looks like a little Johnny Holstaff for Bonner, which makes sense because they'll be playing Saturday. Everyone, really all their main starters. Danny Buckton's back, which is big. Johnny Ortega will probably start Saturday, I would guess. All right. Last 3 outs here for Haverford to try and earn their share of the Central League title. Gavin McClafferty into the game now for the Fords after Jimmy Boyle went 6 innings with 13 Ks. McClafferty really been one of the best number 2 pitchers in Delco all year as well. The Fords were to win their first playoff game, they will definitely be getting a second start from McClafferty if he doesn't come in relief in their first game. But they got arms. Lucas Rothstein, Cam McCormick, They got guys, Rocco Keller, that can throw. That was grounded over out of our range of sight to third. Looks foul. You know, Ben, I'm disappointed we didn't see Johnny Gonzalez behind the plate in any of these games.
Yeah, that was interesting. I wonder why he usually does some of the high school games. I wonder
Maybe
why
he was at like Harrington, Springfield, or maybe he was at a game that we didn't watch.
Yeah, he might have been somewhere out there.
Grounded over third base. Fired over to first. That'll be out number 1. Let's check out where we are in the order for Ridley. This is John teeing up, so I believe they're at number 2. Yep, team's batting second here. Bobby Doherty waits on deck. Jake Mansfield is 2 for 3. He's got a double and 2 RBI, so he'll be after Doherty. So, I mean, these are the guys you want up in the order here.
You needed the order here.
Yep. Shout out John Teen wearing the Adidas cleats. You don't really see that too often.
No, yeah, you're right.
Ooh, that one. Oh, man, that was right. I thought that I almost hit him.
Yeah, we're a little off to the side, so it's a tough angle, but decent.
The Radnor guys have tuned in. Radnor guys, congratulations. See if you guys are taking home the solo or if you guys are taking home the shared title. I think you guys, if Haverford holds on, should schedule a quote-unquote scrimmage on Wednesday for the bragging rights. But, what do I know? Either way, enjoy it one way or another. We're going to push our agenda, but either way, you guys should enjoy this like you should. Oh, man, he threw the same pitch again.
I feel like that's really inside.
Yeah, I don't know. We do have a tough angle, but I also feel like Ridley guys wouldn't not, be afraid to share their thoughts on the matter. So looks like he's going to be playable in center field there. 2 outs for the Fords. We're going to need some Ridley magic here to have a solo Radnor champ. Otherwise, we will split the title here 2 ways at 15-1. 15-1. As much as we do talk about the Central League playoff, I don't think any teams have tied since I was a senior in 2017. So
no, I don't. I think it's been pretty.
Obviously, it's more about the fact that I just think it would be awesome to have the playoff, even if it's just a championship or a semis in a championship.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a selfish thing if we want to see it happen, just because it'd be fun to watch. But
we want to stream it.
Yeah, that's
the main reason.
We want to watch it and stream it.
Bobby is not thrilled with these strike balls here.
No,
we have no angle, so
yeah. I feel like I might be with him.
That one looks a little out, but see if he can protect here.
That's like we've said. Like I don't know how the last time we've had a tie. I don't know the last time we've had 2 teams go like 15-1.
I mean, Strathaven went 16-0 in 2013, but I don't think anybody's been 14-2. Strathaven went 14-2 the year they lost the state championship.
Okay. Yeah.
So I haven't seen anyone above that.
Yeah, I know there's been teams that have had good, like 2 teams to be up there.
I'm pretty sure the Marple Newtown State Championship team, I think Strathaven beat them in the regular season. I think that was their only Central League loss.
That sounds about right.
That ball's going to be, looks like it should be playable on the left side of the field. And I think it hit the ground based on that. Throw over to second. We got him. All right, well, it looks like the Fords and the Radnor Raptors are co-Central League champions this year. Congrats to both of these teams. Both 15-1, just unbelievable seasons for these guys. I mean, from the start, they just completely dominant. The pitching stats have been awesome. The offensive performances have been great. Both of these teams deserve it. Obviously, it's a shame that they don't get to play again. They had a great game when we played the first time. But, what we can say is both of these teams are very deserving champs.
Yeah, absolutely. Two well-deserving champions. 2 really good years that are hopefully going to keep going for another, I don't know, month, I guess. When's the
Yeah, I mean, both of these guys, they'll be playing next Wednesday. They'll get the bye. Real quick, I can just kind of share my screen with the rankings to show just kind of what we're looking at here. So with that win, Haverford, they were going to be the 1 seed regardless. So as of right now, they're the 1. They would be playing the winner of the 16-17 game, which says Boyertown and Souderton. But with Conestoga's win here, they could move up. Not sure if they can move up high enough to be 16 or 17, but that could be an interesting dynamic. We had Garnet Valley win. They took down Lower Merion. So at the very least, they'll hop Lower Merion. They could hop Great Valley. I think there's a very real chance at 11-5, they could hop the 11-6 or 10-4 teams up here. So I think we could potentially see Garnet Valley move up. If not, we know they're still at least hosting. Lower Merion should still be hosting. Moving down to 5A. Again, the formula is so confusing. Radnor will either be the 1 or the 2. I know that last year we had, I think Chichester was the 2. I think the Chichester was the 2. Strathaven plays Marple Newtown tonight. They are 10-5. I think with a loss, they should still at least host. I don't think they'd fall below the 9-7 teams. If they win, they look close enough to Upper Merion here that I think that they could potentially leapfrog them up to 7, maybe even Westchester East at 10-7 there. Marple Newtown, we're not exactly sure here because they're a couple points behind Unionville. But if they win, they're 6-10, and Unionville stays at 6-11. Hatboro Horsham 6-9. So again, not really sure what we're going to be seeing there. But regardless, it was really a great, great end for all these teams. I think overall, I think this first edition of Delco Baseball Now Red Zone was a very successful, considering some of the horrendous broadcast, issues we've had in the past with different things.
This is probably the best first edition of something we've had.
That's a great way to put it. I mean, if you go listen back to our old, probably my first podcast is probably awful, but as you can see the final scores at the bottom here. Conestoga definitely going to be in. You'd think Haverford, Garnet Valley, and Radnor all got the wins here. But Ben, unless you have anything else to add here, we just got to say final congrats to Haverford and Radnor for being the Central League champs this year, and start getting in the lab for some content after.
Yeah, no, I got nothing. Congrats to both teams, 2 awesome seasons, and let's have some fun in the playoffs.
Yep. All right, well, we got a couple more games this week. We got PCL playoffs starting on Wednesday. The weather doesn't look great, but we'll have O'Hara will be heading to St. Joe's Prep, and Devon Prep will be heading to Newman Goretti. So we'll see how those games go. The Pesa State tournament will start on Friday. Haverford School will head to Friends Central for that game. Bonner will take on Judge on Saturday, and then the PIAA playoffs will start on Monday. But everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. It seemed like we had a nice turnout, especially on X.com, the Everything app. It's all happening on X. Instagram, we didn't have anything up, but Twitter, Facebook, YouTube all did well. So we appreciate it. It seems like something we could bring back again in the past. But as always, for Ben Thorpe and for myself, Brendan Ricciardi, we thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time.